H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys supports 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus. One-time pay, lifetime access to live classes and videos. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For free demo class, visit h2kinfosys.com.
Data for table. For example, let's take that we have employee table, where you will have employee salary, or you will have some data about employee, and you have screen for updating employee's salary by 10%. So, and functionality is just done, and you don't have any records in employee table, but still you want to test the functionality of updating or deleting. Now you cannot complain to your management that I don't have records in the table, so I cannot test it. So you have to write queries for generating test data. You have to insert the data, and then when you insert some data, for example employees with salary of 1,000 rupees or $1,000, and then test for update functionality. Open the screen, update his salary by percent whatever mentioned, and click on update, and notice that the salary is getting updated with the required functionality, with the required percentage or not. So what I mean to say here is you should be good in writing insert queries for generating test data. Okay, so let's go back to the slide. So that is what mentioned here, writing queries to generate mock data in case if no user screen for adding data. Is it making sense, all of you? Okay, so I got a question. So question here, so where on which tables will be inserting data, or how do we insert large amounts of data? I mean, do we need to create a new table? So here we don't need to create any tables, because developers would have already created tables. But the only thing is, sometimes you might not have data in the tables to test it. So in that case, you don't need to insert large amount of data. We only insert some 5-6 records, and then we'll verify for update or delete functionality. Okay, let me show you one simple example. So let me show you one simple example. I will write okay. Now I have a table. So let me go to SQL Server. So I'm going to write some .NET code now. You don't worry about it. I'll just show you how easy to work on .NET as well. But still, just a 5 minutes thing. You can anyway have a look at it. Now I'm going to create a table. So we'll be using DBT 24th May batch. So I click on. Let's see what are the tables we have. So we have tables like customers, employee, all those things. So let's see what is there in the table employee. Okay, perfect. I have employee ID. I have few data. Now let me show you how to create in the user interface. So how to test this. So I'm going to create a new web application. By the way, we are going to start a new batch for database testing next week, and we are going to start a new batch on .NET. So in case if you have any friends, you can refer. We have some referral bonus concept in H2K. Not only for that, maybe you can help your friends to understand the concepts. Anyway, I'm going to come up with a new, completely new way of teaching for the next batch. I'll be preparing PPTs which we have not used before. Anyway, that's as and when new batch starts, like we will also try to improve ourselves, right? Okay, let me create a web application here. I'm going to select an empty web application. So this is related to .NET. You don't need to worry about it. What is this empty web application or something? I'm going to show you some screen where we have So I'm going to add one page, say for example home.aspx home page. So we have how many more classes? I think we have around 5 to 6 hours, or maybe up to 8 hours maximum. So I got a question saying like how many more classes we have in this course. I think we have around 5 to 8 hours more apart from this class, but that is critical. So we are going to learn a lot of things there. So I'll be sharing a lot of templates with you, which you can use it in your real-time projects. So I got a mail from some of you asking for templates. I'll be sharing with all of you. Okay. So now, since we covered most of the development things, testing will be so we already done 60%. So remaining 40, as I said before, while discussing, we have 50% development and 50% testing. So we'll be focusing more on that. Okay. Now if you see here, I will be adding a simple I'm going to enter server name where we have database. So don't worry if you're not getting this. This is just a 2 minutes thing which I'm doing here as a part of .NET. I don't know, it's taking time today, it's not responding. So I'm closing it. Let me open again. So I'm going to connect using to database using SQL. So I'm going to click on new connection and I'm going to write here my name, my system name, and I'm going to use Windows authentication and database. We are going to use database testing 24th May batch, and I'm going to test the connection. It's working fine. Click on OK, and I'm going to click on next. I'm going to select this connection string. I'm going to select table employee here. So I have employee table, and I'm going to select I'm going to generate insert scripts. Click on next, test query, have all the records coming here, finish. I'll enable paging. You need not, I think you might be knowing what is paging concept, what is sorting, what is editing, what is deleting, and edit auto format. I'm going to have some good format here. it's very easy to develop code using .NET nowadays. So .NET is one of the way to. Now let me run the project. Let me show you. We are done with adding something. So now when I run this, you are seeing in the home page, and you are seeing some data here. So you have a table here which is coming from the database. So here, if you see select star from employee, you have 10 records. And here in the user interface, so this is a screen. So this is a screen which you are seeing here. Now when you want to edit it, for example, Amar's salary is 2750. So when you click on edit, you can actually edit the salary from 28,750. Even in the database you see 28,750. So now if you go back here, when you enter here 30,000, say for example 30, and you click on update, so now the salary becomes 30,000 for Amar. So you can verify the same in the database as well. When you do select star from employee, Amar's salary becomes 30,000. So now this functionality is done by the developers, and what happened was, for some reason we don't have any records in the database. So they have this functionality for update, edit and delete. They don't have functionality for insert. So if I delete, for example, Kalyan Singh, who is employee ID 10, I'm clicking on delete. The moment I deleted, now I have only 8 employees. I have 7 employees now. I deleted all 6. So now if I do select star from employee, it is working fine. Delete functionality is also working fine. But when it came for your testing, for some reason you don't have any records. Let's assume that all the records are deleted. So now we don't have any records in the table employee. So now you should not tell that I don't have any records in the screen, so how can I test it? So you should not tell like, how can I test edit or delete functionality, because I don't have any screen here I don't have any data in the table. So as a tester, you are asked to verify delete or edit functionality. So you should know how to add records into the table employee. So for that reason, what you should do is you should write insert queries, insert into employee, and then you should try to write some value. You should know how to write some queries here. So that's what I mean. Like sometimes you might not have screen for inserting data. So you might need to do still. Okay. So here you need to understand whether this employee ID is identity column or not. So how to verify that? Can anyone tell me what is column? You can unmute yourself and tell me what is an identity column. Yeah, Kavita, go ahead.
Identity column, there are two things. One is the seed value, and the other one is the incremental value.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
So suppose I cannot find the right word to explain, but I know what exactly it is.
Okay.
If you want to increment the value, suppose you are going to give the serial number of something. So when we are writing the query, we will give the identity column the seed value, which number we want to begin with. Suppose we want to start serial value starting from 1000. So we give the serial seed value is 1000, and the increment value, how much increment you want in the second value, like 1001, or you want to increment by 10 numbers, like 1010 and 1010.
Yeah. Perfect. That is the point which I was expecting. Yeah, thank you very much, Kavita. That is perfect. So as Kavita was mentioning, like for insert query, we will when we have identity column, you don't need to insert the data. It automatically will take care, and it will have two things. One is identity. Initial value and the seed value. That is called initial value is called a seed value, and the second one is called increment or decrement. So how can I verify that whether my table is having identity column or not? Anyone wants to answer that? I have employee table. How can I see the table structure of this employee? How can I know whether I have identity column or not? To know the columns, what I can do is I can go click on View Object Explorer. I can actually click on View and see Object Explorer and I can go to employee and I can see the columns. So I have these columns. So but how will I know whether this column employee ID is identity column or not? In the previous class I told one command for seeing the table structure. Anyone remembers that? Sys.columns, we can only see about columns in the